Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, we'll find out if this anchor holds. So this week's review is going to be about Anchor Ginger Root Beer. So it is a re-review. I have done this one in the past. No, I do not remember what my old review was, nor do I remember what this one tastes like. With any flavored root beer, you never know what to expect. So, and this one is a ginger flavored root beer. So I imagine it's going to be a little bit on the spicy side. So let's go ahead and get right into the ingredients. So as always, let's go ahead and talk about the ingredients, which would appear right here. As you can see, totally just nothing out of the ordinary at all. You've got pure cane sugar, carbonated water, a bunch of natural and artificial flavors, sodium benzoate. Right, sodium benzoate. Yeah, actually, looks like there's probably 3 different preservatives in this one. Zoom in on the art a little bit. You know, it's very plain, very normal. If you can't read that little part there, it says a soothing beverage for the traveler. So it's clearly sailing and sailor related. Might be maybe why there's ginger in it, because ginger's kind of known as a stomach settler and stuff like that. So maybe for people who were on the ocean or something who wanted a root beer but also wanted their stomach to feel okay, then they would get themselves a bottle of this. Really not too much to say about it. Seems pretty simple. I'm surprised they don't point out the ginger in the active ingredients, but you know, that's all probably part of the natural and artificial flavors. So let's go ahead and open this up and give it a little sniff. All right, bottles in hand. Let's go ahead, open her up. Easy open. I will say, okay, so a lot of times with flavored root beers, such as this, the flavor that they're advertising on the bottle is usually the most apparent. Vanilla, butterscotch, caramel, those things. Usually very strong in the mix. With the scent, at least, of this one, I will say that the ginger... It took me the first whiff that I took of it was just smelled like root beer, just a normal kind of more on the sassafras licorice end of things. On the second smell, it's almost like there's a back end taste of or back end scent of ginger, so it's there, but it's slight. So I'm not really. I'm interested in seeing how much it actually affects the flavor of it. So let's go ahead and check the foam and the pour, and work from there. All right, so here we are, trusty mug. Let's go ahead and open this up, and I just threw the cap. It doesn't matter right now because I'm going to drink it anyway. So let's go ahead and get a look at this foam. And this pour. Oh. Looking good so far. Doesn't look like it's a very long-lasting foam, so I'll probably have to try to... Oh, not at all, actually. Looks like it goes away very fast. And... looks like it's going to be gone before I get a taste of it. Let's go ahead and check it. Very little. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what to make of that. Almost fruity. Almost cherry-like in a weird way. That's odd. That's not what I was expecting from that. Like I said, I could only get a little bit out of there before it went away. Makes me really wonder what it's going to taste like, though. So, all right, let's go ahead and do that. Then let's go ahead and get into the taste test. All right, let's go ahead. Bottoms up. Let's see how this goes. So. This one's a unique little bit of a brew here. I'm trying to really reflect and kind of see, like, because it doesn't necessarily taste like any standard root beer. If anything, it tastes kind of like a middling root beer, like a very, like, a normal root beer. But there is something to it that I can't quite, and I'm wondering if that's what the ginger does. Because I'll say right off the bat, you know, a ginger root beer, I'm almost expecting almost like an extra little bit of a burn, almost like a ginger ale, sort of something to it. And I was expecting it maybe in the aftertaste. I was expecting it maybe when it's kind of sitting on the tongue. But I don't necessarily see it in there. I will say that this one has a sweetness to it that's a little bit unique. It's not like a creamy sweetness. It's not sugary. Actually, like I said before, it's almost like a fruity sweetness. Almost kind of like something I've had in like a cherry root beer. But it's not overdone, so it doesn't oversweeten it, but it also doesn't make it taste like particularly like better than average. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit with this one for a second, and then we'll do our grade. With this one, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a C right away. Just go ahead and give it a C. Like I said, it's unique for a C though, because it definitely, I was saying that it tastes like a standard root beer, and it does taste like a standard root beer. It's a little on the sweeter side. I'll say it's on the sweeter side of that, of a root beer. Not overly creamy or vanilla-y, not overly sassafras, not overly licorice or anything like that. It's just kind of a good mixture of everything, but not gonna blow you away. I will say that it does have an interesting bite at the start, and I'm wondering if that's where the ginger is, because like I said, I expected it to almost have a really strong bite like a ginger ale would, but it really was mostly at the start. So I'm wondering if it's like less so about the flavor of ginger as much as it is about the texture of a ginger ale sort of soda. But yeah, that's basically it. I have nothing really bad to say about it. That's why I'm giving it a C. It didn't blow me away. It's definitely not bad in any way, shape, or form. I'd say if you like a root beer with a little bit of an extra bite at the start, and again, not super bad, just kind of like I said, almost like taking a drink of ginger ale. If you can think of that, or like a Sprite, or anything that's extra bubbly, you know. Which I'm wondering if that may have something to do with how fast the foam went down too, because if you've ever had those kind of drinks and everything, those can start out pretty bubbly and then just kind of, you know. So yeah, that's it. It's a C. It's not too bad. I would definitely drink another one of these again. I'm just maybe just the tiniest bit disappointed that the ginger isn't more prevalent in the flavor, or maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing that there isn't too much ginger in it. But either way, it's good stuff. So with this week's review, we're gonna change things up a little bit. This one's gonna go out on Sunday, the 30th of May, and after that, I am going to try to actually schedule these reviews to go out on every Friday, and I'm thinking probably around noon on Fridays. The reason I'm doing that is because instead of there being time periods where it's like, oh, I'll skip a week and then you'll get 2 or 3 the next week, or you get you know, instead of the schedule being scattered, I guess is more the thing. I mean, there's been time periods where I've gone, I think, 2 or 3 weeks without doing a review. What this will do is this will give me the ability to do reviews on the side, and then let's schedule them to come out on a weekly basis. Right now, in stock, I have over 50 root beers to review from this point in the future, and I assume that list will only grow over time. In fact, I know it will. I get a different set of root beer at least once a month. So, and even this month, I went out to Rocket Fizz and grabbed myself a few root beers that I didn't have in stock. And not only that, but I went over my old reviews and found that there's good, almost probably 10 or so root beers that I've reviewed in the past that I have not gotten a chance to review or have in stock. Sorry, I can't talk. I don't have in stock that I know still exist out there and I need to get my hands on in some way. I've also found other types of root beer distribution that might be able to help get my hands on some of these harder to find root beers. So, and also, like, you know, quite a few people have been watching these videos, or at least, you know, 2 or 3 people have been watching them a lot. So, you know, if there's any root beers that you know for a fact are local, please get in contact with me. I do have the one rule that they do need to come in a glass bottle because canned root beers and plastic bottles root beers, they don't have quite the same taste as something that comes from a glass bottle. So I try to keep it specifically to those. Otherwise, that's it for this review. And this will be, hopefully, this will be the last one that'll happen on a Sunday. This will be the last one that happens not on a schedule. And you can happily look forward to the next review next Friday at noon. So, and that's it for now. And I hope you had a good time.